President Trump faces new corruption allegations as companies that he invests in and promotes land major government contracts. In some ways, he could do whatever he wanted to do, but it also just points to how easy it can be to profit off of the presidency potentially.
Yeah, interesting. Quinky Dink is not the term I would use. I would use that it's absolutely corrupt. He is the corrupter in chief. This is outrageous. No other president would ever get away with this level of conflict of interest. Now, not only Trump himself, but also his entire freaking family, his sons, his daughter's husband, his other daughter's husband. You know, they are making billions and billions of dollars. Don Jr.'s net worth went from 50 million to 300 million in 1 year. Between him and his brother, they're on the boards of 10 corporations, and all of a sudden, those corporations are getting government contracts. For Donald Trump, it's not just Dell, it's Palantir, it's Micron, it's, what's the other one? Oh, NVIDIA, Robinhood, oh, Polymarket, Kalshi. The Trump sons have, Trump Jr. has his capital fund. It's investing in World Liberty Financial. That's right.
The latest deal involving a Trump son invested business. The reporting actually from ProPublica is that the White House intervened to help get a $620 million deal for this company tied to Don Jr. Let me just play what the reporter who'd worked on that story said about how this all went down.
Peter Navarro originally pushed this deal to the Pentagon, and the thinking within the division of the Pentagon that handles these kinds of loans was the call came from the White House, we have to get this done. And what we learned is that 3 months after Don Jr.'s firm invested in this small North Carolina startup, the Defense Department went in and gave this company a record-breaking loan. We're talking about potentially hundreds of millions of dollars if all conditions are met.
So just two quick things, and then Harrison, I'd like you to explain not just how this looks, but what it is. The president's eldest sons say that he wasn't involved. The Pentagon says that they had no role in setting the deal, and then Peter Navarro has denied this. He calls it fake news on steroids, just total BS. But even if the White House had no role in this, it's a very bad look for a company that was just invested in by the president's son to then turn around and get a massive Pentagon contract while the president is in office.
These are accounts that are handled by independent money managers.
Not this one.
I'm talking about his overall.
I'm talking about the Don Jr. thing.
I don't know enough about that.
That's not managed by an independent anything. It's Don Jr.'s investment fund investing in a business, and then a few months later, that business getting a major Pentagon contract.
$620 million contract.
The contract process in Washington is a complicated one. This company probably offers a service and no other company can, which is sometimes why people get contracts.
They've never done anything like this.
The overall claim in which you made, which the Trump family somehow is enriching themselves off of office. This is a family that has almost witnessed their father get shot in the face.
Oh, that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Just uncovered a plot.
That doesn't have anything. You just, in the earlier segment, you pretty broadly claimed that the Biden family was enriching themselves.
10% to the big guy.
This is what we're talking about here. Hold on a second.
10% to the big guy was found in the emails from the oversight.
Harrison, what we're talking about here is right now, the president's son investing in a company that gets a direct benefit from the United States government. What we're talking about here is the president or people on his behalf actively investing in stocks in corporations that the federal government then gives contracts and Dell stock. Let's just take a look at these charts, because you don't even need to know anything about stocks to see what's going on here. From January to today, Dell's stock has basically skyrocketed. And in that interim period, in that interim period, Donald Trump has on 3 separate occasions urged people to buy Dell. The Pentagon then gave Dell a contract. You see it there, that last bubble, and then the stock goes up even more. If any of this happened under Joe Biden's administration, and we're talking about a couple of $100, it would have been a scandal. We're talking here about millions of dollars.
I do think
how do they explain this?
So I think the Dell situation is a little bit different from Vulcan, which involves Junior. That's the rare earth minerals company. And even in that case, you could argue that they're trying to compete with China's dominion over rare earths, which we're very much dependent on. And
why is Don Jr. involved? Because I think that even
he's
if
involved in a lot of businesses.
Yeah, but listen.
I hear you.
Why is the president's son involved in businesses that have direct business with the federal government that his father runs?
I don't like the appearance cronyism either, which is why I think they should have explained to the public why Vulcan got the bid. Now with Dell, it's a little different though, because Dell has had an existing relationship with the Pentagon for decades, because they are probably the best manager of government systems. That's why the Pentagon keeps hiring them repeatedly, keeps handing them contracts. I understand that the optics are not ideal for President Trump, given that he's friends with the Dells and he did help them with the Trump investment accounts.
Stock and then hopped it.
Hold on.
But again, the contract that they were awarded actually is projected to save the taxpayers $400 million because they are so efficient at what they do.
But the president
so good at what they do.
Enriched by it. That's why he's supposed to put his things in a blind trust. But every president before this one has put their financial interest in a blind trust. Not a trust. No, it's not.
Yes, every single one.
It's handled by his sons. Why is Donald Trump so scared of being transparent about his finances?
Transparent? We're talking about it because there's a public disclosure.
No, 3,700 trades later.
What about